Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I hope you're having a great day. I have been doing mad experiments with paper napkins. Paper napkins. If you watch me, you know I have this obsession right now with paper napkins. I've purchased them from every live sale in the world. I love them. I have some in my shop. I love them. I don't know why. They are inexpensive. They're readily available. They're a million different patterns. And I don't know, just am loving them. So I made a version of this video a while ago, and somebody else posted a video that was very similar about 20 minutes after mine was finished, and I almost didn't post it. And then a very smart person said to me recently, like in the last hour, we're all copycats. There's nothing new. And isn't that true? We just see ideas, we hear ideas, we get an idea, and we take it and we run with it, and chances are very good somebody else has already done that in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just not going to worry about it anymore. I'm not going to not post a video or not put something in my shop because somebody else has done something similar recently. So, that being said, paper napkins. I wanted to play with them, and so I'm going to. So I have some paper napkins. I have some deli paper that I'm just using to protect my surfaces. I have some cheapo plastic wrap, and a pile of stuff to play with, different surfaces. I have my scissors, and I have some tape. And that's about it. Oop, scissors. That's about it. Oh, and my iron. And this is my crappy old, I only craft with it iron, because when you're playing with saran wrap, stuff can happen. I'm just saying. So, this is a napkin that I've already cut and taken apart. Love this napkin. What is not to love? It's pink, it's orange, it's flowers, it's polka dots, it's got it all. I'm going to set that aside, put my deli wrap aside. This is a different napkin that I am going to use as well. And what I like to do, and you do lose some real estate on your napkin, but it is fine with me. Can you see? Oh, there you go. You can see right there. Those little bumpy marks are actually textured. If you have never used a paper napkin, which seems unlikely, that's where they bond the plies together, the plies of the napkin, and they are actually raised. There is a texture there, and I don't necessarily want that in my final product. So what I like to do is, while the napkin is still folded and still all put together like right out of the package, I just cut those those little marks off. I cut up right to the edge, and you do lose a whole bunch of your napkin, but if you didn't want those marks, you were going to lose that anyway. So my napkin just got significantly smaller, but that's fine. And then I unfold it, and sometimes when you do that, it actually gets one of those plies off the back, like it'll just fall right off. This one's all ready to go. Oops, she says. There we go. So one of the white plies on the back is already gone. And then I like to take a piece of tape, and if you just put it out on one of the corners and kind of yank, it will, excuse me, yes, chronically congested, that's my game. It just pulls that next ply right off. Some napkins only have 2 plies, some have 3. It is important to make sure that you get all the white pieces off the back. You just want the printed piece, because it will mess up your projects down the line if there are any of the white bonded pieces on the back. So I just gave the iron a little napkin. I just gave the napkin a little iron. It's easier to work with when it's flat. And this is a piece of copy paper, just El Cheapo copy paper. You can see I did not use a paper cutter, and here's my version of it being cut into a rectangle. Yeah. Don't have a particular project in mind with this, so it really doesn't matter. Were I working on a project and I needed this to be a certain size, I would be a lot more careful about my cutting. So there's my piece of, well, I put down a piece of deli paper just to protect my crappy towel. There's my piece of deli paper, again, just for protecting. There's my copy paper. I've got a piece of plastic wrap that I cut. And I'm just going to lay the plastic wrap down on that copy paper. Get it to lay there. And then I've got my napkin. I'm going to put my napkin down. And you can cut everything to size beforehand, if that's what makes you happy. Oop, my saran wrap moved. Get back over there. Again, I'm not going for a particular size or shape or anything for a project. I was just messing around. So, I'm winging it. This is another piece of deli paper that I'm going to put down to protect my iron and what have you. And then you just iron. My iron's set at medium. And I would say, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. And I'm just making sure I get right to the edges so that's bonded all the way. The saran wrap melts and acts like glue. So I'll go ahead and pull this up and we'll see what we've got. Get the cord out of the way. So I'm taking off that protective deli wrap layer. And then I'm pulling it off the back protective deli wrap paper. Here we go. There's the copy paper that we were going for. It's a little warm. You might want to wait a minute. Get that out of the way. And now we can cut it and take a look at what we have. It's probably easier to do on this side. Make sure that we're on the copy paper. Again, my very immaculate straight edges. Yeah, straight. Not my bag. Nope. But this'll do. Get these scraps out of the way. And you can reuse those bits of napkin, by all means. And then I'm going to just give it another quick iron to make sure those edges are good and sealed down. And look at this. It's got the coolest texture. It doesn't even feel like napkin anymore. The edges are completely bonded. You've made the paper napkin into copy paper weight. You can crumple it up. Give it some nice crumply texture. Look at that. I tore it. Don't care. Check with me. Nope. Look how cool looking that is. You can make this into a pocket, a tuck spot, whatever you want to do. But that beautiful, beautiful paper napkin image is on there. And I thought, okay, that's so cool. I saw so many people do this. Fun. But then I started looking around at other things I had, on my desk or in my art room. And I thought, hey, what else can we do that to? And being into the slow stitching thing, as I am, I thought, oh, what if we took a piece of muslin? So this is just unbleached muslin, nothing fancy. Take a piece of, actually, I think I need to cut a piece of plastic wrap. So this is, again, just cheapo plastic wrap. And I'm just going to, that was a horrible noise, sorry. Just going to tear off a piece. Get that out of my way. Oh boy, it's doing its plastic wrap thing. It's fighting. It's fighting. Cut off a piece of that. Eyeballing it. Don't care about the size. I'm just messing around. Going to, ooh, I almost forgot to put my deli wrap protecting piece underneath. We do need that. So I've got my deli wrap. It's got a little bit of our last project, and that's fine. Put the muslin down. Put our cling wrap glue down. It's sticking to me. You stay there. I'm going to use that beautiful polka dotty flower napkin. And I think you can see the napkin is smaller than both the saran wrap and the fabric. That's fine. For just messing around, that'll work just fine. And again, my second piece of deli paper to protect my crafty iron. And I'm just gonna iron it down. And I am, again, I'm gonna guess it's 10 or 15 seconds. You can just take a peek and peel it back slowly. If it's not stuck, then put it back down. Give it a second to cool off. Peel off the back. That looks pretty good and stuck. So I'm going to move our bottom protecting layer. Remove our, whoop, looks like it didn't get all the way to the edge. Remove our top protecting layer of deli paper. And I can tell you right there, see, there was no bonding, so I'm going to go ahead and go crazy and just use the iron. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Get that edge sealed down. Don't do this. Use a protecting top sheet. Do as I say, not as I do, right? And give it a second to cool off, and then we'll go ahead and trim the fabric down. And guess what? We have muslin on one side and napkin on the other. And what's super cool is this sews like fabric. The first one that I played with, I put through my sewing machine, no problem. I hand stitched on it, no problem. It actually is more fabric than napkin. Try hand stitching a napkin by itself, or machine stitching it. Yeah, it's not really going to happen. Well, it might, but it'll make you insane, and then it'll rip anyway. Look, man, you can tear it all up, you can wrinkle it all up, and it's just this beautiful piece of fabric. But you've bonded the napkin pattern onto it. Fascinating. I found this fascinating. So that was fun. So then I thought, hey, that was fun. And I took a piece of Kool-Aid dyed paper that I love. And again, almost forgot our protective surfaces. This is just regular copy paper again that was Kool-Aid dyed. Take a piece of cling wrap. Put that down. That's probably the hardest part of this whole project, is fighting with the cling wrap that does not want to stay put. Take another piece of that beautiful flowered napkin. Put that down. Get our top protecting sheet. Make sure to put it down with the excess saran wrap pointing down. Otherwise, you're going to be making a mess of your iron. Smush it down a little bit, and then iron. And it really was, I was having mad science moment here. Anything that was laying around was getting napkins ironed onto it with saran wrap. Super fun. So I'll go ahead and lift this up. Why did I do this? Because I can. Oops, there we go. No particular reason, because it was fun, and who knows what cool stuff you can do with it. Mostly it was because I love paper napkins, and what else can I do with them? Because God knows I have plenty now. So this one got kind of messy. I was careless with the saran, so if that happens, you can go in and trim it up like this, and hopefully be able to catch an edge where you can clean up the excess saran. So I'm just trimming right inside the edges of that Kool-Aid dyed paper to try to get our backing parchment paper off. There we go. There's the parchment paper. Got that off. And now we have kind of a mess up there, but we have Kool-Aid dyed paper that's super beautiful, and the other side's a napkin. And you can fold it, and you can pleat it, and you can do whatever you want. Isn't that fun? Why I'm fascinated, no one knows, but I am. So now we have Kool-Aid dyed paper. We have muslin. I don't know what I did with the regular, oh, here we go. We have regular copy paper that has a napkin on the other side. Then I thought, I think this is so much fun, but I hate to waste all those plies of napkin, all the white plies. Oh, sorry, super loud. Another piece of, this is parchment paper. So I took one of the plies of napkin, one of the white ones that we pulled off, and I took saran. And there's a piece of saran wrap. Try to get it to not stick and go crazy. Another piece of that napkin that I cut out. Lay that down. Do watch for printing on the napkin. This is like the trademark. Probably not something you want in your final project. I'm just going to scoot this down so I can fold the parchment over. And it probably would be so much easier if you trimmed everything to size first, but I was on a tear. Didn't have time for that. So I'm just going to fold this over as a protecting layer. Hopefully I didn't shift things too much. We'll give it an iron. I think I might have just shifted everything like crazy, but I think you get the idea. And who knows what else is laying around waiting to have napkins ironed onto them. Let's see if we can get this up. There we go. Actually, this parchment paper worked better than the deli wrap. Probably because it's parchment paper, Brooke. And there's all, you know, excess bits around there that I'll just cut off. Give it a very, very straight trim. Not. And this was one of my favorites because look at this. You've made a new napkin out of napkin, which makes perfect sense, right? And saran wrap. Look what you can do, you guys. You can wad it all up. You can mess around with it. And put this down. Grab my little scrap here. They're all, well, you know what? Actually, I've been on for a while. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call this the end of this segment. And I'm going to come back and do a second part to this. I'll show you these pieces. Again, we have fabric that we ironed the napkin onto. And we have regular copy paper that we ironed a napkin onto. This is napkin that we ironed a napkin onto. And then there's Kool-Aid dyed paper that we ironed a napkin onto. And I think, oh, and there's this little bit that's annoying me. So I think this is super fabulous and fun. And I'm going to come back with part 2 and show you something else I found out about ironing napkins onto things. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you're having an awesome day. If you like this video, got anything out of it, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you'd like to. Click the little bell if you'd like notifications when I'm coming on. And you can also find all the other places to stalk me on the interwebs. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.